I was 33 years old when I realized that I was worth more to my family alive than dead, which changed all of my plans. So, life on plan C is when my life on plan A has failed. A felony crime closed all the doors that I had worked so hard to build and so hard to open. So here I am at 34, rebuilding my life on camera to document for those that are 5 steps behind me. I am not a guru. I'm not even there. I'm not even finished. I am still rebuilding, and I'm currently living on plan C, and I wanted to show people that rebuilding and hope is possible. So here we go. This is where it all started. My plan A for my life was to go to college to be a physician's assistant. I had been a medic, and I wanted to go on and help people in a bigger, better way. So I was in college for my undergrad and finishing up. I wanted to get married, have kids, and just live that normal suburban life. That door was slammed shut when cops knocked on my door in the middle of the night in 2014. The real plan A turned out to be that I was charged and convicted of a felony. The door that I had worked so hard in college to open had just slammed shut and was padlocked closed. My life in plan A was dictated with shame and fear and regret for decisions and choices that I made. And honestly, I just felt stuck. I feel stuck. That growth and the moving on is not possible, but I'm living proof that that's a bunch of bullcrap. So plan A sucked. Plan B kicked in. Plan B is that I did end up getting married. Found a wonderful woman who loves me for who I am. I have a beautiful daughter and one daughter on the way. I live on some land, like I'm actually out here right now, talking in amongst my trees because it's away from everybody. I have a business that exclusively hires felons because, we all need a shot. So, but right now I am in the process of rebuilding my life. I had my leg amputated 2 years ago due to a doctor's mistake. And so I had to give up one of my businesses because I couldn't physically do it anymore. And for those of you that ask if I'm going after the doctor, the answer is no. Stuff happens. So kind of par for the course with my life. And right now life is decent, except for the fact that I feel stuck and I can't move forward, or there's always going to be a headache. There's always going to be an issue that pops up. We have a daughter on the way. We live in a house that's a 2-bedroom house on some land that we bought from family. We have a daughter on the way, and again, in a 2-bedroom house. And while people have done that for years and for millennia, my wife is not okay with that. She wants a 3rd bedroom. And, as an entrepreneur who is a felon, who can't just have a backup plan, who can't just go get a job, I feel the pressure and the squeeze from that, from not being able to provide for my wife, not being able to provide for my family what they deserve and what they need. And I'm starting to feel like I'm failing. I joined a company that was started by another entrepreneur who knew my background, knew my story, and I joined and, well, it failed. And so I quit. I had a video passed about me quitting that job because he didn't know how to treat us. Well, he didn't know how to treat us because he was failing. So, I can't provide a bigger house. I can't provide what she wants, what she needs. And, that sucks, and I'm not okay with that. Guilt and shame in my head are like tinnitus. They are constantly ringing back there. And everybody says, oh, just put the guilt and shame to the side, but I can't because it's constantly ringing. It is literally the guiding and driving force of my life, and it sucks. Honestly, about 7 months ago, I looked at my life insurance policy to see what the, yourself clause was. There was a 2-year waiting period that ended almost a year ago. So if I were to end it, my family would get $250,000. She could move off the land, buy the house that she needs, and maybe go and marry somebody that is normal. That hasn't screwed up their life. I sat with that feeling for weeks, and I reclused myself. I stepped back from everything because I was preparing for the end. And then one day I looked up and I saw my daughter. She's 2. I saw my daughter and she had the biggest smile. She was like, "I love you, Daddy." At that moment, I decided that I was worth more alive than dead. My family needed me more on this earth than they needed a 3rd bedroom. They needed me to love them, to be the dad that I know I can be, rather than always getting the stuff that they want, the trips that they want. So I decided to stop wallowing in the shame, the guilt, the fear, and I just started living life, start moving forward. Now, as you can tell, I'm still emotional because I'm still not quite 100% there yet. You know, I'm not a guru. I am not giving life advice from somebody who has all their stuff figured out. I'm trying to talk to you as somebody who's 5 steps ahead. Just 5. Because I don't have it figured out. I don't know. I'm there. I'm in the middle. So I told you I quit that job. I quit that entrepreneur's job because it just wasn't working out. And I decided to do something called entrepreneur apprenticeship. I took all the information that I learned from working that job and I started my own company doing exactly the same thing. And it's actually doing really well. And because of that, I decided that I wanted to document all of my growth, document all of the good, but also something you don't see very often. I wanted to document the bad. The moments where that thought creeps in that maybe I am better off dead, maybe I am better off gone. You know, I hope the grass that isn't ruining the sound. I wanted to document it. I wanted to document because I know I'm not alone. 7 billion people on the planet. There's somebody out there that's in the same spot that I am. And maybe by the grace of God, I can connect with them. Maybe I can speak to them and help them. And it would also give my hurt and my pain some life. It would give it reason and give it reason for being. And one of my biggest kind of guiding thoughts right now is I'm no longer going to live horizontally. I'm going to move vertical. It's vertical or nothing. Now that's not to say that everything is going to be a success, because that's not true. And I want to document those fails as well. So what I am trying to do with Life on Plan C is, instead of hiding from guilt and shame of being a felon, I want to get out in front of it. You can't be ashamed of something if you're hiding, or you're only ashamed of something when you're hiding it. I don't want to hide it. I want to get out from and behind it. I want to get in front of it. I want to use it as a motivator, not as a reason to hate myself. I want it to motivate. I want to grow from it. I want to use it as fuel for this fire that I have in my belly to get better and to be a success. You know, my past mistakes were revolved around choices that I made as a young man. And now that God has given me 2 daughters, I am a firm believer that God has given me those 2 daughters so that I can raise them up and teach them how to guard themselves and how to be better young women in light of people like me when I was younger. I am rebuilding. I'm growing. Damn it, I'm going to succeed. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm no longer waiting on anybody. I'm not waiting on death. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to step out and do it. I am going to document my growth and my finances. FIRE has always been a goal of mine. Even as a kid, FIRE, the financial independent, retire early. You know, as a young adult, that was always a goal, just never one that was attainable. And by now this is attainable. Now this is what I'm going to do. And I want to document it truly with numbers. Show you the bank account that right now has $16 in it. And as I grow, as we get better, I want to be able to earn more, to give more, to be more, to do more. And I want to learn real estate investing. The business that I'm in is in real estate mortgages. I offer mortgages for rental properties, and I see these people that come in that buy these spectacular deals, and I teach them about the finance side. They teach me about the logistical side. So I want to share what I learned through that as well. Again, as I said, I am not a guru. I'm not coming from above. I'm not coming from the finish line. I am coming from 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of whoever's watching. I am right here in the middle, in the mud, the blood, and the tears. I'm in it. So this is not going to be all hunky-dory. This is not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. It's going to be raw. It's going to be sad. It's going to have some sad moments, some fails, and that's okay. That's okay. There are many of us out there in the world that feel stuck, like that we don't have any options, that we don't have anywhere to go. And that truly at this point in my life breaks my heart, because we're not stuck. We are stuck in our own way. We are our own road, our own block. We have to get out of our own way. And I'm going to document how I move that roadblock. So, rebuilding your life is possible. I'm living proof, and I want to show it. I want to show people that it's possible. I want to show people that you're not over. Death is not your only option. So over the next few years, I'm going to document as we build a new house. I'm going to document just as we build that 3rd bedroom. I'm going to document raising my daughters on this land. God has blessed us with this ability to have land that is just, it's gorgeous. I've got, acres for them to run through. And before you say that I have, I'm rich and bought land, I didn't. I bought it from family at an extremely great deal. And it is such a financial suck that I'm going to document making it worth something. I'm going to document making it worth something for sure. All the while, I will document all of it. The good, the bad, the really good, and the really sad. All of it. So, if you are still here, 12 minutes into this video, if you're still here, welcome to Life on Plan C. This is the life that you build when your plans fall apart. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.